beautiful South Florida. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the former Washington Husky, here's Myles Gaskin. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Second and 6. From the gun, it's Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Play action, now it's Tua. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they?
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the Cowboys are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Following the interception, here's Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9. Prescott. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete.
Boy, they have a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. Liam Eichenberg, 2nd-round pick in 2021 from Notre Dame, the guilty party. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Here's 2nd and 9. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Tua sets up to pass it. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That last throw, CD, going to move him even further up that all-time passing leaderboard as he just moved beyond Broadway Joe Namath at 27,663 yards.
And that's impressive because Joe Namath, my goodness, he could throw a football.
And this is caught. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play here for Dallas. 1st and goal from the 3. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Gaskin. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
A big play there on the catch and run. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Prescott from the gun. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Here's Harris to return it. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because there's confidence.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Julian Love picks it. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question, because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Elliott. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
2nd down and goal. Prescott. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Prescott. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Raekwon Davis providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Now left side on the swing pass. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that, and when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions. but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Hey, kill. 27. Here we go. Bonus 53. Check.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And it's incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Forced out to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Prescott. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal.
Mike 42. Mike 42. Check. Mike 42. Mike's 4-2. Mike's 4-2. Man, that's trash. Hey, man. First down.
Tua going to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal.
Let's go, G, tighten up. Let's go, G, tighten up. Let's go, Mike 42, Mike 42. Mike 26. Mike's 42, Mike's 42. He's scared.
Tua on 4th down. There's Fuller for a Dolphin touchdown. Will Fuller in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. 1 second, all that remains. Final play of the half, Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get. Taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Third and short yardage, Prescott. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now Prescott. Steps away to it, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Dolphins 7. Michael Badgley set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Here's Harris to return it. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Looking to pass. Tua. It's complete to Fuller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A play fake for Gaskin. Now Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
He's letting this one go for Fuller, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Off a play action, Tagovailoa. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play there for the Dolphins.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the 1st half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. This is Gaskin on the carry. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 58 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
A good spot to throw, and indeed they'll come out with 4 wide receivers here on 2nd and inches. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So a pick six there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick six going the other way.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over it. And he will go down, a Cowboy sack. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Big hold of the 30. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line.
That's good. First down. 1st and 10.
Tua now on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Tua now on 1st down. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And now here's another interception. Picked by Julian Love. And the Cowboys are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Prescott. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. That's Gallup on the slant. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No 1st down. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. On play action, here's Tua. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man complete. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Tua sets up to pass it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. He's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Now this thing gets marked where it went out of bounds, so they're going to have really good starting field position near midfield. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there. It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Dallas, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Las Vegas Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.